And we're going to stop on the slides for right now, but what I want to do is once again review with you how you get your assignments. And to make sure, I just had one more student ask me about the assignments, and I'm confused as to why that question is there. So, someone guide me through how to get your assignments in this class. Go ahead.
You go to the portal.com, sign in, go to OneNote, then you go to, you click between, hit limit, and then you go to your assignments. I forget what's before assignments. Anyway, you go to your assignments, and then, yeah, kind of right. You go to your assignments, and then you scroll up to all of it.
Okay, so you know that then. Okay, so make sure that you understand how to get to those assignments. Is that confusing to anyone? Yes, Caitlin.
Are you going to put the PowerPoint slides?
Yeah, in fact, I'll do it before I leave today. Everyone else cool with that? Okay, so someone described to me what our assignments were for today. What was due this morning? Yes? By this morning, what? Give me everything that should have been due today.
All those notes had on the PDF file, or you have to take notes on the PDF file.
Notes on the book, up through lesson 1, right? What else? There was more. What are all your assignments thus far? Yes. Exit surveys. How many of you have not done the exit survey from last Thursday? Okay. Major break. You look confused.
Yeah.
Why?
What's the exit survey?
You don't know what the exit survey is?
No.
Someone describe what the exit survey
What
is.
time is
Is that a touch screen, Josh? Do your computer. Come on. Maybe?
Okay, this is, so this right here, you can pull it from yours under your assignments. There's the link to that.
There we go. All right, so back to assignments. Okay, there's the assignments, right? Everybody see that up there on the screen? Everyone have those assignments? Do you see the first sentence under first semester?
I see it now.
Under assignments it says, must be filled out twice per week, Tuesday and Thursday. This is a graded event. Follow the link. You click on the exit survey, which is up there, and once you click on that, it takes you to this. All you do is fill it out and submit it. This is easy money, boys and girls. Easy money. This is just one more of those things like network documentation. It's easy to do, but very few people do it on a regular basis. Therefore, when it comes down to it, they're screwed up in their work environment. They can't follow through. So that's why we're doing this. The reason we're doing this is just to see if you can follow simple instructions, and I want to know what you don't understand. I want to know what you don't understand. So this goes for the remote students, and it goes for you guys, both. And I'm making, since we're all going to be on this kind of same grading program, even though the remote students are also working on this different days, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I want them filling it out also. Okay, everybody got it? Cool. Yes, sir?
I didn't get the last part of the notes about the subnet mask, and you kind of just turned it off, but I was typing it.
You didn't get the last part of the notes on subnet map. I haven't covered that material yet.
Oh, it was just up there.
I haven't done it yet. It was a slide up there,
Yeah.
but I haven't. I will cover it next time we get together. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
You've done that a lot.
I've done that a lot.
Okay, so you go back
You realize that with the exception of you last year,
I know.
it had been like 5 years since I'd had a female in my class. Now I've got 3 or 4. No, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
Cute.
Anyways,
Who said that? Who said that? You owe me a big dog tonight. After the match. No. I'll wait till tomorrow when I can witness it.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
For
Quiet.
the Ethernet cables when you were talking about hooking them up, it would be possible.
Oh, we never answered that yet.
Yeah, but isn't it possible with crossover?
Very good. Okay. Caitlin answered the question that I left you with earlier, which was, if I connect a cable between her computer and Brittany's computer, if I connected those 2 cables, could it work? And I said, yes, maybe. The only way it will work, actually there are 2 ways it will work. First way it will work is if we have something called a crossover cable, which is not a normal cable. The pins on those cables need to be switched. Okay? That's one option. The other option is if the Ethernet adapters on the computers, and I don't know, you need to stop displaying, hit project, and disconnect. Okay? If the Ethernet adapters on those computers are sophisticated enough, then they will function as an auto switch and function as a switch, and they'll automatically, when they detect that communication, they'll automatically do that for you on the network interface on the computer, which up until a couple of years ago, that was unheard of. So it's kind of a cool feature. It's been on switches for a while, but to allow us to daisy chain switches to each other, but on computers, it's just now coming about. So there is a possibility you can do that. So, okay, what's the practical application of that? When you guys get together for your LAN parties and there's only 2 of you, then perhaps you can connect just using an Ethernet cable without doing anything else. The worst case scenario is you go order a crossover cable, and guess what? You're doing your thing. One of you is configured as a server, and I don't know how you guys do your thing. Yes?
I've got LAN party before, and usually you can like 2 Xboxes, and you can get like 8 people, but you can just do the direct, plug it directly. You don't have to change the IP address or anything. It's pretty intuitive.
So those Xboxes function as switches. They're working as switches, and so it's naturally built into them, right? Just like most switches today, you can plug in 2 different switches and make it work. But those Xboxes, just like this device, not only function as hosts, they also function as switches, they also function as separate computers. So, other questions? Yes?
So what is the cable?
We didn't cover that?
Fiber.
What kind of cable is this? Raise your hand if you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a few, 6. Okay, what kind of cable is it?
Fiber optic.
Fiber optic, okay? And we have 2 different types of fiber optic cable here, or 2 different connectors. Now, what's interesting is in the past few years, fiber optic cable, and I think in the slides they talk about it being glass, okay? And that's one of the reasons fiber optic cables are so expensive to install. However, these are plastic. So the inside of them are plastic so that you can wrap them up. With glass fiber optic cables, which were around forever and still continue to be, although not quite as prevalent, you can't make a bend like this. It's too much of a bend, right? Because it would break, it would shatter the glass, and then it would stop transmitting. Because the fiber optic cable works by transmitting light instead of electronic signals or electric signals. Okay? Instead of on and off, well, it is, but it's light. Okay? So they've changed that. They've come up with more sophisticated. So now fiber optic cabling becomes cheaper and cheaper because the materials that they're using and the people who install them aren't nearly as, it's not as difficult to do now as it used to be. Okay, so that's why you're seeing fiber optic cabling being put just about everywhere. In major metropolitan areas, Seattle, maybe Chicago, and there are a lot of them around the country, they're actually taking fiber optic to the house. Some smaller communities are doing that also. What?
Google Fiber.
Google Fiber, right? San Diego, I believe. So they're taking fiber optic cable. So this fiber optic cable is capable of transmitting speeds up to, it's almost virtually unlimited. With the right electronics on either end, with the right network interface cards, with the right switches, with the right routers, you could have up to thousands of gigabits in speed. Okay? So they're usually used as a backbone. With something called dense wave division multiplexing, which is how we get our Metronet connection from South Bend, dense wave and coarse wave division multiplexing, you can make this single fiber optic set of cables, it's always two, this set of fiber optic cables function at, instead of transmitting to the internet at 1,000 megabits, instead 10,000 megabits, and make each one of them, you have 24 separate 10,000 megabit connections. Okay? All right, so are there any questions about the material that you have read so far and that we have talked about so far? Yes, what is your question?
I put some of that line quickly.
Okay. Any questions about the material that we've covered? Hey guys, I'm going to tell you, I already had one remote student say, boy, this is too tough. You know, I don't know that I can keep up. We haven't done anything tough yet. I mean, it's just a matter of doing the busy work so far. Paying attention in class, right? Just like a college class, this is the kind of format you're going to get. Big room in many of your classes, big room, lots of students, and give you some reading material to do, maybe some varied tasks and topics, but a lot of it's done on your own. If you don't do it on your own, even though it's easy, you're going to fail miserably. So keep up. If you get behind, you're going to get screwed. Okay, it's going to be bad news. You're not going to be able to catch up sometimes. So this person who's not bothering to do the stuff, I know, and it's been going kind of slow so far for us because we've had so many technical questions and a couple technical issues. Yes, one more question.
Yeah, it's about the octet, how you convert it to binary. I was typing stuff out and I didn't figure it out.
We will cover that in depth in a later chapter, and not in this chapter. You won't be tested on converting binary to decimal and decimal to binary. Okay, I may have an answer on the field trip.
Oh.
The answer I have is yes, we are definitely going to be able to do it, she said, but I'll have to give you a date later. My guess is it'll be right after Labor Day. Not the first class after Labor Day, but like the Thursday after Labor Day. Because we will have class, we will not have class on, we will have class on Tuesday and Thursday. Yes?
This is about my computer.
Okay. Issues with it?
Yeah.
Okay, will you shut off the camera? Yes, Jessica.